Hey everyone, I've been playing World of Warcraft since pretty much release, but in patch 9.2 I decided to branch out from my traditional Guardian Druid main and learn some other classes. So I decided to start recording my keys and seeing what I think I could be doing better by rewatching my gameplay footage and providing commentary from what I'm noticing. My hope is that this will improve my gameplay. If you are a veteran player of one of the classes I'm trying to learn, I encourage you to provide any feedback you think might help me take my gameplay to the next level. With that, let's watch the key. I'm going to start off with saying is I'm never really comfortable with the first pull of Streets of Wonder, mostly because I feel like I can't use Dancing Rune Weapon on it. I feel the next pull needs it a little bit more, and I'm just not comfortable knowing if I'll have the cooldown up, even with a 4-set bonus. So as you'll see, I'll go into the first pull, and I'll start off with a Death and Decay, followed by a Blood Boil, and then start getting my stacks of Bone Shield up. This is definitely a more dangerous pull. I've definitely heard people talk about that. I definitely think one of the things I need to work on is using some of my defensive cooldowns like Vampiric and Icebound Fortitude, and using some of my free CDs. They'll sometimes sit there. Like I still got 2 stacks of Blood Boil right here. I think overall the pull goes pretty well, but there's also Tyrannical Week. I know it's definitely more dangerous on Fortified. One thing I noticed when I'm watching this pull is that I'm definitely not comfortable with pulling multiple groups in multiple areas, and I need to use Dancing Rune Weapon before I get to these pulls, otherwise I'm a little bit too frazzled going in, and you have to overuse defensives here. Like I end up using my Trinket when I probably could have saved that for another instance. And once again, I'm sitting on a free Death and Decay. I still have 2 stacks of Blood Boil, but all in all, my health is staying pretty regular. Been able to keep up Dancing Rune Weapon the entire time. It's pretty good. And Dancing Rune Weapon will be up again for this next pull. Okay, coming up here, we're going to see a nice little screw up on my part. I accidentally dropped down Death and Decay when I didn't mean to, which caused me not to be able to pick up aggro properly from that warrior. I'm going to try to use Line of Sight here. Use Dancing Rune Weapon and a double Blood Boil to help get some aggro back. Using the Death and Decay better here. I got stunned, so that wasn't great. Probably didn't need to use Merowyn just yet, but okay. I think it was good here. Unfortunately, I had to wait on this pull a little bit because I didn't feel comfortable doing a double pack pull with the Armored Overseer. So I wait for them to get a little bit further away because I want to risk pulling. Use my Death and Decay, Blood Boil. I don't have Dancing Rune Weapon up for this pull, which is not great, but my Death Strike should keep me up. An opportunity definitely to use some of my defensives, but I didn't do it. Okay, making sure I'm pulling away from the rotating thing there. Keep my Death and Decay up. Ooh, dropping pretty low. Yep, I used Death Strikes to bring myself back up. And it looks like I did actually use Vampiric Embrace there, so that's good. Okay. Still sitting on a free... Okay, use a free Death and Decay, that's good. But he's gotten... I got 2 Blood Boils up, I could use one of them. Okay, now going into this pull, which I do have Death and Decay for. Or I do have Dancing Rune Weapon for. Once again, I hold off using it before I get to the back, which I think is definitely hurting me. And you can see I'm out of melee range there, and I don't think that's good either. Okay, I use Tombstone to help reduce down my cooldown. Okay. I should use Blood Boil here, and I do. Good. Okay, that's good. Probably should use my kicks more often. Okay, using a Death Strike to bring my health back up. Okay, come into the first boss. This isn't a particularly hard boss. At least I don't think it is. Once again, at the beginning I seem to struggle with just keeping myself up. Can't tell if it's because I'm not using defensives that I should probably be using in the beginning. Moving around. Still sitting on 2 stacks of blood boil. But I'm doing a pretty good job at keeping Dancing Rune Weapon up. That's good. Going over to help break them out. Also get away from some of the spinning weapons. Okay, using my Death and Decay. Refreshing my bone shield. Still 2 stacks of blood boil. Still have Dancing Rune Weapon up. I mean, I think the big takeaway is just using blood boil more often. It's a good damage increase. Okay. Getting out of the swinging blades. With all the melee, it's hard because they always seem to spawn right on top of us. About to do something, I'm not sure if it was the right move. As I see the shields coming in front of me, I kind of pull them away and then go through them so I can get everyone shield free. But overall, the fight, I don't think there's any real sticky points. Okay, going into this group pull, I think I actually do a pretty good job bringing them all together. Using blood boil. I think Gorfing's grass probably would have helped here a little bit too. That one almost got away. Okay, keeping my stacks up, moving out of the slam. Okay, see there, I was away out of melee range, so I actually wasn't hitting anything, which then doesn't give me any additional Dancing Rune Weapon time. It's down again for the next pack, but that's probably mostly from the Relic. I'm not sure here if I should have gone for the Woe Relic earlier, so that way we could have skipped past them, but in hindsight, trust me, it'll be the right call. Okay, getting him out. Yeah, I think with the 2 wards, I'm having a little bit of aggro trouble. Now having to make choices between Heartstrike and Morrowind. This wasn't much fun here because I needed to take a little stacking debuff on me there. Here's where I think I made a mistake, is I'm used to going right, and I probably should have gone right, but the group had already kind of committed left, so I just went with it. You'll see why I think it was a mistake in a little bit. But this pull here is not hard, I don't think, in any means. You just gotta move away from the swirlies and stay in the circle. Bring him down nice and good. Decided not to use Dancing Rune Weapon here because I think I'll need it more for the next pack than I do for this guy. Okay. I'm not actually sure what's rooting me there, but okay, moving along, I use Death's Advance to move a little quicker. I don't know if any Death Knight has an idea of how to move quicker more consistently. So we're going here, and here's a little mistake I make. In a second, you see the one on the left, I lose aggro, and I don't pick it up for a little while there. And thank God our healer kept the warrior up. But the downside is that we these core hounds are definitely not going to go down at the same time, and it costs us some time there. Probably should have used Dancing Rune Weapon at the start of the pull. Would have definitely probably helped the threat. Probably not led to that one issue we had. The other one goes up, gets back up. Okay, now I'm trying to. You'll see in a second. I'm going to type and I'm going to say kill at the same time. We're gonna have to stop, slow down some DPS here. Okay. Yep. Okay, now I popped Dancing Rune Weapon. Probably should have popped it way earlier. Another thing I think I need to do is, with Shackle the Unworthy, is I need to wait to pop it until I've spent some more runes. That way I can generate some more runes, which then helps me Heart Strike more. Just some little things I know I need to pick up and get better at. Okay. Another one Triceratops here. Death Striking a little bit. I mean, not much to really talk about here. Okay. The healer, actually my wife, was apologizing for getting stampeded. I'm trying to tell her that she can go up on that blue pillar there, which she knows for next time. Okay, coming up here, once again, not using Dancing Rune Weapon until I'm in the thick of the pull, which I think just hurts me a little much, because I rely on like a Bloodspire Scale to do some good threat pickup. Use Tombstone to reduce my cooldown. I need to do another Morrowind so that way I can see, and I'm out of melee range, so I'm not even hitting them. And I thought I was going to need more percent. Once again, that will turn out to be very not true, but I'm not really familiar with this route much. So I just wanted to make extra sure we didn't get done and need more percentage. I use LVUI, and I'm kind of thinking I want to see if I can have the nameplates change their health depending on what they have aggro on, like the Shaman, Earth Elemental, or things like that can pick up a threat, but it's not dangerous that I don't have aggro. I'll have to look into that. Okay, we're coming up to the second boss, and well, this was going to be a little bit of a poop show. Yeah. It would go from starting off pretty good to a 7-minute boss fight. In fact, I might even cut out part of this just because of how long it is. We probably should have wiped it and just restarted it. In fact, I think that would be a good reason as to why we didn't time it. I need to get back a little further back so I don't get knocked back and then aren't able to pick up aggro, because I think that also caused a little problem. And getting out. First death. Not too much going on here. I'm just hard striking to keep up. Ooh, I did not put down Shackle the Unworthy. That was interesting of me. And I'm maxed on runic power, which means I should have either Bone Stormed or Death Strike just to spend some of it. Okay, there, use some of it. Yep, Death Striking, good. Like right here, he's going down fine. And this right here just showcases how much I need to use my defensives more. Not like right there, but like when he does his tank buster, is I don't, maybe I need to pool runic power for it so I can death strike through it, but I should have like Vampiric Embraced, Icebound Fortitude, Lichborn, one of them. It would have probably saved my healer a little bit of trauma. Nope, there's our second death. We're just kind of charged in and eat it. And here's where I panic a little bit, because I don't have my bone shield up, and I'm focusing more on spending stuff on like death strikes, trying to recoup some health. And I know I probably need to do more. I need to keep my bone shields up to above 5 for Rotisserie. And I probably should have kept them more in the corner of the room for better bouncing of those orbs, but I was definitely a little frazzled here. Okay. I got Gluttony on me. And the problem's going to come up is that in a minute, the third boss is going to come down, and because we are short of DPS, we're still dealing with the second boss as well. I mean, there at least like I'm starting to use my defensives, but if I use them a little bit more planned out, I wouldn't have to panic as much. Okay. And third boss should be coming down any second. Make sure I grab aggro. And oof, dropping really low here. I know I'm eating like just a shit ton of orbs and moving away with because of the whirlwind, and I think this is where we lose DPS number 2. It actually looked like, I could barely see it in the from my point of view, but it looks like the warrior was trying to blade storm through it, and I just don't think that worked out very well. I'm trying to tank on top of the chains of damnation, because that way at least we can do DPS as we're breaking the person out of chains. I mean, like I said, on a tyrannical week, we should have wiped this. I think my biggest concern was I wasn't sure if it was going to happen again or not. I wasn't sure if we'd even get this far. So I just kind of kept it going. And yeah. Running away. The one thing I wish my Death Knight had that some of my other classes I play have is a better ranged way to deal with the explosive orbs. Like on my Guardian Druid, Moonfire can pretty much make short work of them. When I play a mage, Ice Lance. Even my monk tank has the Crackling Jade Lightning, which can work pretty well. But the DK, I kind of feel like I'm just useless when it comes to these explosive orbs. Man, like 7 minutes on this boss fight, it was bad. The only good thing I can say is I keep using my abilities correctly, it looks like, for the most part. A lot of this time I'm just in like survival mode. Let's see. Okay, I got my blade storm back up. I don't know, like maybe I should have bone storm, but I think I really wanted to save the runic power for Death Strike over that. Okay, taking out. Oh, trying to break out the chains of damnation. I have no bone shield on me, and that's causing some extra damage there. Get out. And I think this is where our healer dies. Nope. Okay, I got a little bit more time for that. Spoiler: the healer dies too. 2 explosives. Yep, the 2 explosives what did it. use Test Advanced so I can kind of just walk unimpaired. I mean, we got it down, but like, sorry, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Dang. Okay, and here would come another tank gaff. I pulled these guys using Death and Decay, and I did not have them nearly far enough back. So when that pack comes in another couple seconds, we're going to get them too. Now, it wasn't too terrible. We were able to handle it, but it's just one of those things when you're not prepared for it. It hurts. So I'm trying to pull him in. See him, I death grip him in. Luckily I had Dancing Rune weapon, so I was able to keep that up pretty much the entire time. Once again, I'm not using Shackle the Unworthy, and I can't tell you why. But I'm just keeping up. Yeah, like I think maybe I thought it was too late in the pull to use it, but there's another death. And I have no bone shields because I let him drop. Another mistake I made here. Okay, whip released. Probably wasn't the best call, but I mean at this point it's been a dungeon of bad calls. Okay, bring him into the corner. Just keep up my rotation best I can. I tend not to use Dancing Rune weapon on single pulls like this. I don't know if any other Blood DK has a different opinion, but I don't find it. I'd rather save it for a pack pull. Now here's something I didn't know could happen. I didn't realize I could actually get pulled towards someone else. It so rarely happens. Maybe it's just good luck tanks have or something. Or I'm wondering if it's because one of the DPS is down. Okay, going through. This guy's dead. I mean, nothing else, because I definitely learned my lesson. I make sure this guy is pulled nice and far back from the patrol. But it's going pretty good so far here. Now here's something I kind of screwed up on. Normally what I'll do is I'll take both of those packs to the right and bring them in at one time. I actually didn't realize I didn't get them both until now, pretty much, but I was stupid and didn't check, and I should have gone in with them. But, you know, it was an easy enough pull. Stunned. Gripping one. Using Blood Boil to grab aggro. Oh man, I'm really having some hard time with keeping my bone shield up. Right here, if I had the Discord chat on, you'd hear my the healer asking why is she casting so fast. Okay, do this pull. I wish I had Dancing Rune up. I think I used my Bloodsphere scale here. Okay, got the aggro. I don't have aggro on one of them. I need to figure out a... what I should have done is I should have Blood Boiled again. It probably would have helped with aggro grab. And I'm sitting on a free Death and Decay, which I'm not using. So I should have used, I think what's a rune tap to get some more runes, so I could have done another Morrowind, get myself above 5. Okay, there, I did it. I think one thing I'm not used to is I'm not used to having any kind of range in my attacks. Like my druid, my monk, even my paladin all have attacks that have a little bit of range to them. So just attack point blank. Okay, we go in. I have Dancing Rune Weapon. I use it after the pull has started, which I think we can agree is something I need to change. See, the problem with our composition is right here is that since we're all melee, for people to soak those, they need to leave DPS range, which really kind of hurts. Okay. Now I've seen like the MDI, I've seen people like have like the healers stand like by there and take them all. I haven't incorporated that in any of the pug groups I've run. I don't think it would really work well in the pug situation, but everything here goes honestly pretty well. From my perspective right here, it's just about keeping the area we have cleared. Okay, good. I brought back up my bone shield stacks. I should be using Death's Advance, I think, pretty soon. I don't know if you caught that there. I just recently updated my UI. Oh, and here's one of our problems. It cut off before they get that last case in. So I'm actually calling for the healer right now. I'm like, okay, prepare for some damage. And there's just too much that went out, then followed by the spin. So we lost 2 DPS in the healer right here on Tyrannical. Just another instance where I think maybe we would have been better off resetting it, but I mean, we wouldn't have had Lust, we wouldn't have had, so luckily it was pretty forgiving on their positioning, so we were able to get them all in. Or I guess not, actually we did not, we missed that one over there to the left. Oh, no, the shaman got it at the last second. I think at this point we've pretty much said screw mechanics and try to get him down. Something else I've been noticing, I'm sure it's going to get called out, is I need to start using my ghoul more often. That definitely stays on cooldown way too much. Yeah, so let's see, at this point we're just, no one's moving. It's, him and I aren't moving. We're just, let's take down the boss, 2.5%. Whew, man, this was another close one. Okay, now I'm gonna go run for some odd reason to open up that portal, because we've not had the best of luck so far, so I want to kind of give us some bad luck protection. I can't tell you why I haven't mounted up yet. Okay, there we go. So going to the guy to get the first item. I don't know why no one else took this. I was kind of waiting for someone to, but then clearly no one was, so the famously slowest class in the game picks it up. I pretty much know where everything goes, but every once in a while you're going to see me kind of pivot and think for a second. But I will say, as far as where all of these things are. We got relatively lucky. Could have been a lot worse. Now I'm expecting my DPS to go up here and pick this stuff up, but they wait quite a bit of time. Okay, pick that up. And I'm just kind of like running away from them. I don't have Death's Advance. I don't think I have any other capability moving quicker. I think the only other option would have been is like if someone else had a mountable mount, they could have picked me up and carried me around, but I mean, this was a pug, so I'm not really expecting that level of coordination. But like I said, we got relatively lucky with how close everything was. Okay. I mean, it'll finally get in there. I think I actually even... Nope, okay, I don't use a dancing rune weapon here. I tried death grip that guy, and then the warrior's spear bastion kind of kept him away. But not too worried about my bone stacks here, my bone shield stacks here, because it's pretty easy trash. But you see, we're at like 723, and I'm not feeling great about the odds of us timing the key. In fact, at this point, I think in Discord, my wife had actually asked me. She was like, "Do you think we'll time it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's possible." I think was my response. So we're going to the boss event. This is another one where, like, when after the all the ads spawn in each phase, I struggle a little bit picking up aggro on all four. So normally, as you see, I'm going to be on the right side of the stage here, so I'll easily be able to pick up two of them. So I grip in one, I use a dancing rune weapon, I use blood boil. There's still that one that just is nowhere. I have no aggro on there, so I'm just kind of like death striking away, hoping to, heart striking away to keep my dancing rune weapon up and spread the shackle of the unworthy. I mean, it doesn't go bad. I always kind of feel a little flustered when the ads spawn. Okay, so we go into phase 2 of this. Okay, the guys spawn. Grip in one. I need to get better at using Gorfien's Grasp, because I think that's something that could have helped group all them up together. Okay. Spirit Bastion was able to bring that guy who teleports away. That's awesome. And I kind of already said to the pugs not to use Lust here, because, I mean, the boss here is basically glorified trash. I think we'd all rather have it for the final boss coming up, in particular with the tight timer. Okay, boss is coming. Shout kicked. Okay, here's where things go a little off the rails. I don't know if you saw it, but like I think literally that like green swirl stuff killed him. But it sucks because we are now down at DPS, and I mean, like I said, this is basically glorified trash, but still it slows us down. Besides the first boss, I don't think we had a clean boss encounter this entire dungeon, which makes the fact that we didn't time it, but it makes the fact that we didn't time it by like 2 seconds decently impressive. Yeah, I really do feel that we'd had the third DPS here, killed it a little bit quicker. I think we would have had it. All the other ones all the other like should we have reset? You know that it could have gone either way. Like we could have reset them and then done even worse. But this is one of those ones where like if we had that fifth DPS, I feel boom, we time it. So we're at just about 3 minutes here, and once again, the healer, my wife, has asked me, are we going to time it? I'm like, I do not know. There's a lot of RP in this, and frankly, we have not had the best showing here. So I wasn't sure. We do have Lust coming up. But I think it was just under 2 minutes. Just around 2 minutes when we did actually engage the boss. So this is one of those encounters where rewatching it, you see so many more efficient ways you could have used the portals. Like I got through them all great, but I took some close ones. So yeah, so I'm grabbing throughout here. It's a DPS race. Make sure I taunt the relic. We've just lusted. And that is really close. See, like right here, I should have gone square. I don't know why I didn't go square. Like I made it, but it was so dangerously close. Okay, I have no bone shield here, so that's not great. This sucked. We got that right on top of us. So I think I tell my wife to go circle. Ooh, low health. Not a lot of bone shield stacks. Okay, I look. I go triangle. I try to let this go a little bit further. Let me rephrase. I've been trying to do it. It's one of those things it's kind of scary to let sit and tick there. So I pop a dancing rune weapon, shackle the unworthy, do some death strike to gain some health. I mean, this was incredibly close. Unfortunately, because of my nameplates, I don't actually know where to go. Like, I like my nameplates for a lot of things. The big size of them makes them really easy to do any of my mouse over macros with. So like explosives are great for that. But in that case, it did hurt me. Just kind of letting stuff kind of go down low. So I was originally going to commit to this, and then I didn't. And then, I mean, God, that was so close. And there we go. So after running the dungeon and then watching this footage, I think there's some things I did good. I think there's a lot more things I need to work on, though, as I start trying to progress this character up. I think I have the rotation pretty well down. I think I'm using Death Strike when I should. I think for boss fights, I've been doing pretty good. What I definitely need to be better at is using my cooldowns, like Vampiric Embrace, Ghoul, all of them, really. There were also several instances where Bone Shield fell off, and that really starts hurting after a while. Like on a fortified week, I wouldn't be able to get away with it. That one boss fight where it took us almost 7 minutes, I should have reset it. And that definitely cost us the time and probably cost us the key. Another thing is making sure I'm using Dancing Rune Weapon prior to getting into the pole. It's a very powerful cooldown, and I take a lot of upfront damage if I use it like even 2 seconds after the pole starts. Another thing is using Shackle the Unworthy, like after I've spent some runes. That way, when I'm spreading it, I'm actually getting more refunded runes, which helps me keep up Dancing Rune Weapon longer. And then several times I lost aggro. Now, I do think warriors tend to be aggro magnets, but I should have switched quicker to pick up that aggro. So, I think, yeah, we didn't time it, but I learned a lot, and, time it next time. Well, thanks for watching the video, and if you have any thoughts on how I can improve, please feel free to share them in the comments. Have a great day.